Hi, I'm Alan Tobbett, and in this short video I'd like to talk to you about using the internet to grow your local business and show you some simple tips that you can integrate right now to get more customers and get more leads online. So what are you going to learn? I'm going to talk you through how to put a very simple internet marketing plan together, show you how to save time and money learning about what to avoid out there, the pitfalls that I'm seeing, week in, week out. I'm going to show you how to take advantage of brand new opportunities for your local business right now that are cheap and they've got very few competitors, and you have to position yourself as different compared to your local competitors, and I'll show you how to craft your message. So let's first of all take a look at what options you have advertising your local business. You could use local radio and TV. If you have a bricks and mortar business, you can rely on people walking past, known as footfall. You could use networking opportunities. You could hire a telesales cold calling company. You could use direct mail. You could use the business directories such as Yellow Pages. You could advertise in the local papers, and you could use local PR companies. You need to be realistic about your expectations. See, this is a discussion about the internet, but I still believe that you should have a well-rounded marketing plan. The internet should be one of the spokes of your wheel. And then, of course, you have this big thing called the internet. Getting new clients into your local business using the internet requires far more than a good website these days. The internet is not new anymore. It's competitive and it's crowded, and you need to be realistic about your expectations. It is taking longer now to get exposure, and if you're going to use the internet, you're going to need a plan of attack. Without a plan, you're going to waste a lot of time and money. And take for example, when you go to the gym. When you go to the gym, you don't just turn up at the gym and play around with a few machines. No, you need to sit down and create a plan to get specific results. I mean, what I see out there all the time is local business owners dabbling with the many tools that you can use on the internet, and they're not really taking the time to master this. Here's a typical plan of attack or a campaign and the stages that we'd go through. We take a look at where you are right now. We take a look at who you're after, who you're actually targeting. Find out what it is that you actually want out of this plan. What's your objectives? Then we will discuss the type of tools we can use, and then we can craft that into a message of why you are different to your local competition. We'll decide who's going to do what and when in terms of an action plan. We'd look at the budget that we would use and the amount of money you can invest. And then we talk about how we can measure this, and then find out how it is actually working on. So let's break these down in a bit more detail. So the situation analysis, well, we need to take a look at where you are right now. Do you have a website? Is it generating any kind of visitors or traffic? Are you converting anyone? I mean, I always believe that a well-optimized website is always a good starting point. We'll take a look at your current activity, what results you're getting, and we need to know whether you're hitting your targets. Are you actually measuring how you're getting on? A very important section of this is who exactly are you targeting, the specific group of people you want to get your message in front of. This is really designing a demographic, really, in terms of the age, the sex, the location you want to target, their interests, and depending on which tools we use, we can even look at certain keyword phrases and start to dominate and position ourselves on the search engines so we actually get exposure to these. Another important part is we need to set down and find out what results do you want to achieve. And an internet plan can really be based on two types of target. A target on traffic or a target on conversions. For example, we could say, right, the objective of our plan is to get 1,000 people to my website per month, or to generate 10 telephone leads per month, 20 new subscribers to an email list per week, 6 web completions per day. The key to this is to find out exactly what we want going forward, because then we can find out whether we are achieving our targets or whether we're exceeding or not, and whether we need to look at certain areas to improve. So once we know our objectives, we then need to decide which digital tools to use. And there's so many different tools in the digital toolbox these days. SEO, pay-per-click, there's so many ways we can use social media and email marketing, affiliate marketing, mobile marketing. We can use online video. We can then decide whether we're going to put our time and energy into generating free traffic, or we're actually going to pay for the traffic to our websites. And as we go forward, then we need to look at the website itself and improvements to the website. Are we ready to, is your website fit and ready to go right now in terms of the plan? Do we need to look at improving certain copy elements of the website and call to actions? And a very important point here is We need to get the traffic generation and the conversion working well, because without both of them working, you can lose a lot of money. We need to decide who is going to do what and when. So we need to outline the steps in terms of the resources and the time available. So there's a setting up procedure for the plan, and then there's a go live and a measurement and an optimization going forward. And once we have our action plan, then we need to decide how much of a budget we have to invest in this plan. Because invariably when you set something up on the internet, there will be setup costs, there will be management costs going forward, and also advertising costs if you are paying for visitors on a pay-per-click basis. And once we're up and running, we need to measure every inch of this. How is it going? Are we going to plan? Are we exceeding? Are we hitting our objective set in terms of the traffic and the conversions? The internet is all about testing. This is a very sophisticated gamble, and the whole point of this is to reduce costs going forward and increase conversions. And one of the most important metrics for you as a business owner is the cost per acquisition. What is the cost per lead generated? What is the cost per sale generated? I'd like to talk to you about what I believe is probably the most important part of your presence online, and that's crafting your message, which is known in the industry as copywriting. You need to show your local market why you are unique. You need to position yourself as the local expert, the go-to person for your industry in your area. And to do that, there are certain different ways you can stand out and position yourself. Your level of expertise. Do you have guarantees, success stories, testimonials, your reputation? This is not about internet marketing anymore, but internet motivating. And you need to motivate them to begin a relationship with you. And you do that by using influence, persuasion, and having a really good offer. After all, you are an entrepreneur in the problem-solving business. No matter what your service or product is, you're solving people's problems. So what problem are you solving? And in the marketing business, you need to get attention. You need to understand what your specific customers need to see, hear, and feel in order for them to begin a relationship with you. Your advertising needs to really get attention. You need to understand your market better than your competition. So if someone is actually on your website or looks at your message, they're actually saying to themselves, yep, this person gets me. This is what I'm actually looking for, and I'm prepared now to begin a relationship. And to go a bit deeper into this, I mean, as human beings, we're pretty simple creatures. And there are actually only 26 reasons why people do what they do, why people decide to take action and use your service and buy things. For example, if you're selling weight loss services or weight loss products, you can see that there are specific reasons within the 26 motivators of why people will take action. So whatever local service you provide or local products that you sell, you need to make sure you understand your specific customers and pick out the motivators within here, and then build your advertising, your website copy, your videos, every kind of message around these motivators. Okay, so what is brand new? There's some really interesting stuff starting to happen on Facebook now. I mean, for many years Google has had a monopoly when it comes to advertising locally. Finally, Facebook is really getting this right now. This is about Facebook advertising and not marketing. This is not about building likes and comments and shares. And as we go through this, you'll understand the difference between advertising and marketing on Facebook. And there have been some big changes this year for local business owners. Recently, advertising on Facebook's been limited to the small ads on the right-hand side of your newsfeed page. We haven't really seen very good results here because they're not really getting attention. So the first big change is Facebook is now allowing you to place your ads in the newsfeed itself. And think about it, you are literally forcing people to see your local service and products. And you now have the opportunity to target people at a level that we've never seen before advertising on the internet. So we can build a very tight demographic on exactly who we want to get our message in front of. Location, age, sex, relationship status. For example, you could target engaged couples if you're in the wedding industry in any type of way. education, work. You can even target specific industries, dentists, accountants, solicitors, financial. Facebook has the information on net worth and income levels. They know about your home, the target market for homeowners. For example, if you're a mortgage broker and you want to target for remortgage quotes, life events, you could target people who have recently moved. And if you're in the home improvement industry, you can find out whose birthday it is in terms of marketing events and gifts to people. The beauty here is this is about targeting a specific group of people, creating marketing messages that are specific to them. If you add that to why you're slightly different in your positioning in the local market, you now can get a very powerful message out there. And this is really the difference now, where I see quite a lot of business owners not doing this and making errors and getting it wrong on the internet. Testing is very cheap at the moment. It's significantly cheaper than Google AdWords, and you only pay if someone actually engages with your ad. So what you can do is you can actually get them to click on your ad and go straight off Facebook onto your specific landing page or the page on your website to draw them in and get attention, and then convert them hopefully into a lead or a sale. You can get free exposure. What do I mean? Although you only pay for engagement, everyone else who sees your targeted ad is free to you. So if 3,000 targeted people in your area see your ad and only 20 click to your website, you only pay for those 20 clicks. So the other 2,980 targeted prospects are free. They've seen an advert mentioning what your local service. If you took this to direct mail, you would actually pay for 3,000 pieces of print and 3,000 pieces of individual postage. And also Facebook will reserve these ads once or twice over a 7-day period. So again, if you went to direct mail, you'd pay another 3,000. You'd pay for another 3,000 pieces of print and postage. And the wonders of technology these days, say someone visits your website, their visit can be captured, and then you can follow them onto Facebook, and an ad will be served to them on Facebook, and then that will be a reminder of your local products and services. So there's 3 steps in doing this. You need to set up your Facebook business page, you need to create your ad and decide what would be your landing page, and then you need to measure and optimize this advertising platform going forward. So you set up your business page, so you can create your ad. You can use a very large image and text which will explain your offer in detail. Here's an example of a local kitchen company. Again, here's an example of a glass company or a double glazing company. And when your ad is running, you then need to make sure that you consistently measure and optimize going forward. How many clicks you're getting in the early days, what is your conversion rate, your cost per click or cost per acquisition levels. So what you're doing, you're optimizing going forward and reducing the costs and increasing conversions. Well, thanks for listening. Just to let you know that you can find tips and articles on my website, hertfordmarketinginformation.com, where there you can actually, if you want to, sign up to my weekly newsletter which gives free tips and advice. And also I'd like to give you a free 180-page 11 manual traffic generation training course just for listening today. So go to my website, pop in your details, and you can get that instantly downloaded to your site.